Hey everyone, welcome to 996 The Howl. For the uninitiated, this is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes, and they open up an 11-game straight homestand with back-to-back losses. Obviously not ideal, but it's good they got the point last night, which was Saturday night, but they had a back-to-back against, once again, the St. Louis Blues, who have tied this series 3-3, and we have a Game 7 Monday afternoon. It's not a Monday night game, it's Monday afternoon. So let's get into it. A couple different looking games. Friday night was a chess match, another defensive battle between the two teams. A lot of penalties called both ways. Good goaltending. It was 1-1 for most of the game. Coyotes scored to make it 2-1, but that was a backbreaker when they called the goal back due to offsides, even though Christian Fischer didn't even have an impact on the play, and everyone always complains about that. Whenever a goal's called for offsides under review, the player who's offside had no impact on the goal, and that's why some people complain about the rule, but them's the rules. But another backbreaker, the St. Louis Blues score with under 5 minutes left in the third, 2-1, and then a couple empty netters to make it 4-1. So if you're only a scoreboard watcher and you look at Friday night's results, I feel bad for you because it was a very good defensive game between two good defensive teams, two gritty teams. And then we move into Saturday night, where both goalies wish that game went a lot better. Both Ranta and Husso let in a lot of goals that they probably should have had. They didn't have great performances, both sub 90% save percentages, but the goals were back and forth. Not too many penalties. There was no penalty called after the first period, which is pretty remarkable considering the reffing in this series has been subpar, I would say. But back and forth, the Blues would always get the lead above the Coyotes after the Coyotes scored with 20 seconds into the game. They kind of let their foot off the gas, and the Blues kept coming hard, and they kept coming. The Blues were a very competitive team Saturday night, and the Coyotes had to dig themselves out a couple of times, but it was very good to see the Coyotes dig themselves out. They kept tying the game, and then finally they went over the hill and made it 4-3 in the third period off a goal by Dryden Hunt's first Coyote goal. So it was 4-3 late into the third. I thought the Coyotes had this wrapped up, and just another backbreaker late third goal by the Blues to tie it up and force overtime. I don't like the fact that it's been back-to-back games and the Coyotes have let in a goal with under 5 minutes left in the third. Both even strength goals, both goals that either one determined the game and the Blues won, or the other one forced into overtime. You can't let goals happen 5 minutes left in the third period. You gotta tighten up. You gotta manage the puck well, play your systems, and keep that puck deep in the opposition's end. But that was a backbreaker goal by the Blues to tie it up 4-4. And then the overtime was really bad, pretty abysmal. Clayton Keller was on the ice for the whole overtime. There was a point where he could have made a line change, but for some reason didn't. I'm not sure why he didn't just make the line change. He was right by the bench, but decided to follow the play back into their own end, and him and Chickman were just caught on the ice for way too long, and Hoffman roofed it over Ranta. So at least they got a point. I wish they got a point Friday night as well. They deserve to win that game, or at least get a point Friday night. So it's good that they actually push it to they should have won Saturday night too, but at least they got a point. You got to get points as much as you can in these tight games. I mean, every single one of these games against the Blues, if you don't count empty nets for both teams, every game has been decided by one goal. It's so tight. No team has really broken away and been able to dominate offensively and get like a 3-4 goal lead. Every game, it's a playoff series. It's tight checking, great goaltending sometimes. If one team is scoring a lot, the other team will be forced to score a lot, and they can match it both ways. So it's been entertaining hockey, very tight, very competitive between two teams, and against a team like St. Louis, who's favored to be top 3 in the division. It's great news that the Coyotes have competed with them in each and every game. There's just one more game, and it would be so disheartening if the Coyotes don't show up Monday afternoon, but they're at home. They can't lose 3 straight at home, and that would just be ridiculous. They got to come out Monday and just wrap this series up and get a win at home and carry that momentum into games against the LA Kings and the Ducks. They got a long homestand here. They got to generate some points. They got to win. They got to pick up a lot of wins on this homestand. They can't, fiddle around and lose momentum, because the Minnesota Wild are going to start playing hockey again. I think they are. And they're only 2 points up on the Minnesota Wild, and the Wild have 4 games in hand of the Coyotes. So the Coyotes got to get those wins in the win column and start, just being a bit better, I would say. They're doing good. They're competing. But that third line with Kessel, Brassard, and now it's Hunt on that line. Before, I think it was Hayden, maybe. But that third line is pretty poor. Kessel has been invisible lately. I know the top line has been incredible and they're taking all the spotlight, but that third line needs to produce a little bit more. The second line's good with Dvorak, Pitlick, and Krause. They get a lot of offensive possession time. Pitlick and Krause are hard on the body, and they could score too. All 3 of them are capable of scoring goals. Barrett Hayden had a bit of a rough start to Saturday night's game, but great to see him score another great shot. Both his goals this season were just NHL elite level lasers that he needs to shoot the puck more. He has that shot. He likes to hold the puck around in the offensive zone. Yeah, we can see that, but he has to use his shot because it's one of the best shots on the team. He just rarely uses it, and he's got to gain confidence. He's got back-to-back points for the first time in his career. He had an assist Friday night, so that was great to see. OEL's back in the lineup, but he's been a bit shaky. He was a -2 Saturday night, and Lyubushkin was a -3. And I felt both those players, OEL and Lyubushkin, were a bit poor defensively. A lot of the St. Louis goals lately, 4 out of their 7 goals in these back-to-back games have all been in that quiet area right in front of the goalie. Whether it's a turnover by Barrett Hayden to Kyle Clifford, or just passes from the corners or behind the net to just open St. Louis Blues players right in front of the goalie. I don't know if the centerman of the Coyotes is missing assignments or the defensive partners aren't communicating enough, but that area of the ice needs to be protected. Friday night's game-winning goal, it was Fisher and Ekman Larson missing the assignment in front of the net, which led to the game-winning goal. So they got to tighten it up a bit defensively. They're pretty good. At Friday night, that game-winning goal, they were down to 5 defensemen. So maybe that tiredness, and they were overplaying OEL because Hjalmarsson got injured in the game. So maybe it was just a lack, just a 1 second lack of just mental energy for Ekman Larson that he missed the assignment in front of the net. But also, I believe it was Christian Fischer who missed his assignment from the point and in front of the net as well. So they got to clean up that quiet area in front of their goalies, Kemper and Ranta. Like I said, Lyubushkin and OEL have been, they had some rough nights defensively. OEL just gets thrown into sort of a playoff series, and he's got to match the intensity and the momentum of these games between these two teams. So it's going to take him a while to get back, but I'm confident in him. He already produced offensively with that assist on Schmaltz's goal. And it was very interesting to see Jason Demers scratched on Friday night due to OEL's comeback and Ilya Lyubushkin's great play as of late. Demers was the odd man out, but because Hjalmarsson got injured, it's day-to-day. He should be back for the LA series. It was good to see Demers put back into the lineup Saturday night. He got a primary assist on Schmaltz's goal. He looked better Saturday night than previous games because he had a rough go of it. Demers did in the first 12 games of the season. So I'm actually pretty surprised that Talkin knew that as well and actually scratched a veteran and high cap hit of Jason Demers because he noticed his bad play as well. So that's good to see Talkin, not afraid to scratch a veteran guy who makes a lot of money. So hopefully Demers continues to play well in Hjalmarsson's absence, and then we'll see when the hammer comes back who gets taken out of the lineup. But there's one more game against the Blues Monday afternoon. It's going to be a spectacle. It's Game 7 in Arizona. The fans should be loud and proud, and hopefully the Coyotes can eke out a win and move on from the Blues. It's been a great series to see the Coyotes compete in every game. That's one of the major positives I'm taking out of this series. They could have won a bit more, but the fact that they didn't fold in any of these games and have pushed and competed with the Blues, it's good for the team to gain this confidence, and we'll see from here. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support.